Hey guys, it's Onyx. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a video on my Halloween faves, and although I specify Halloween in this video, these are actually some of my all-time favorite things all year round. So for movies, I've kind of included a smorgasbord of everything, like from Nightmare Before Christmas. It's something that I watch with the kids a lot. My youngest kid really likes it. I recently introduced the kids to a classic movie that I watched when I was a kid called The Monster Squad, as well as the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which you cannot go wrong with. Maybe it's not kid friendly, but hey. Hocus Pocus, of course, you can't go wrong with that. And although this one is not a Halloween movie in the slightest, there's something about this time of year that really makes me want to put The Crow on and watch it. I absolutely love it. It's one of my all-time faves. I loved Brandon Lee in it, and it was pretty fucking horrible when he went out like that. The Evil Dead, could not stand the remake, and I could not stand the sequels to this one either. I loved the original Night of the Demons. And before Tim Curry could completely traumatize me for life with the original It movie, I loved Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Creepshow is also another one of my all-time faves, as well as The Blob. And I actually enjoyed the remake of Dawn of the Dead, but of course you can't mention it without mentioning the original. So for music, I'm pretty eclectic when it comes to music anyway. I listen to everything from Marvin Gaye to Marilyn Manson and back again. But we're talking about Halloween here. So if there was one band that I think could sum up Halloween, it would have to be Typo Negative. Peter Steele, his whole aesthetic back then was that of a vampire, and that voice, oh my god, come on. Whew. Anyway, if I had to name two Typo Negative songs that sum up Halloween for me, it would have to be Christian Woman and Black Number One. In addition to Typo Negative, if you were to ask any scared little Christian out there, they would scream Marilyn Manson is the Antichrist. But so I guess he fits Halloween, but I love all of his shit, from mainstream to back to the underground, but his rendition of I Put a Spell on You was amazing. And then, last but not least, I included Don't Fear the Reaper by the Blue Oyster Cult. Classic. Another band I wanted to feature is one that's from England, and they are a kind of a post-punk band. Their song Stigmata Martyr was actually in Night of the Demons when Angela danced to the strobe light. I became an instant fan. When it comes to my favorite villain, you really can't go wrong with vampires. They're my all-time favorite. They always will be. And if I had to narrow it down to one vampire, it would have to be Dracula. From Bela Lugosi's rendition, this was prior to vampires glittering under the sun. They're not supposed to fucking sparkle. Let's keep it real. They're supposed to fucking evaporate or burst into flames and ashes, and you know the deal. Anyway, this is Christopher Lee and his rendition of Dracula. I absolutely loved his rendition. It was a little on the cheesy side, but hey, so was this one. Gary Oldham and Bram Stoker's, you just can't go wrong. You really can't. I think everybody started buying those super tiny sunglasses that he wears in that movie too. I'm not too keen on the newer Dracula renditions, but I really did like this one. I liked Luke Evans, and his performance was pretty on point. I enjoyed it. Oh, Lestat. I cannot fucking stand Tom Cruise. I mean, I just can't. I don't know what it is about him. Sorry, not sorry. I cannot stand him. But I fucking loved him in the Interview with the Vampire. I loved him as Lestat. They could not have found someone better. Loved him. And of course, David from the original Lost Boys. I hate that I have to say the original when they should have never fucking touched it with a sequel. But hey, what can you do? So some of the things I like to do for Halloween, a lot of shit actually, but if I had to narrow it down, here's some. I'm pretty crafty. I have a lot of craft supplies, and me and the kids really enjoy doing random shit. I made this little skull candle holder, as well as the bleeding candle that is lit on top of it. And I had it in a video, but I could not stand the way the video came out. So yeah, sorry about it. I'll put how to make it in the down bar, in the description bar below. Candles, of course, I light candles constantly, but so much more on Halloween. I also like to write down my resolutions, because if you did not know, Halloween is a witch's new year, so yeah, I'll leave that alone. Rice Krispie treats and the Great Pumpkin. That is me and the kids' whole tradition. Of course, we carve our pumpkins as well, but yeah. The moon, I just kind of threw that in there because it's self-explanatory. Like I said, I'll leave that alone. I threw this picture in there because a lot of people like to downplay or dog out Halloween and call it, you know, the devil's night and this, that, and the other. And I won't get into all of that, but everyone wears a mask all year round. I'm lucky to say that I don't. I am who I am. If you liked my video, like and subscribe.